Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Jamie here today with Dylan. AEW Dynamite January 11th, 2023. And big news in WWE, which we're going to talk about later, but they've not been sold at the time of this live stream, but who knows? 2 days from
Oh
now, tomorrow, who knows?
my God, when I saw that news at work today, I couldn't breathe. I had to walk away from my desk. I was like, oh my God. I was like, why?
I know.
Why?
That's the worst. We'll talk more about it later, but that was the worst possible outcome, that. But tonight, AEW Dynamite, look at its card. It's not bad, I guess, but we got the ladder match for the Elite and Death Triangle finally, the final match. So that's, at least they're finally ending that. Even though we all know what's going to happen there. We got Moxley versus Hangman Part 2. And there's rumours, and, we might see Sasha Banks on the show tonight. We'll talk more about that later, though. But who knows?
Let's get the ladder match out of the way because I just don't want to talk about anything else. I don't want to talk about it ever again.
All right, okay. Well, let's get the thing. Let's get it up.
Do you think it's going to be
versus the Elite?
You think it's going to be first thing on? I think it might be. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, I hope it's the first thing on because they're going to want that million viewers. What Big Bang Theory brings.
Yeah, the idea like, oh, we can if we maintain these, if we do half match, then we'll have a million views. It's like no, but then you're gonna have that drop. Like, well, yeah, but that's because they're leaving. Like they're not wrestling firms. It's like, okay, so you've got it both ways now, haven't you? That argument.
Yeah, and it just feeds their ego because then it's like a million people were watching us. You know what I mean? They saw us come out. Or
yeah,
whatever.
and they left, and then like how many left?
But still.
Yeah, 5 minutes. How long was your match? It was a 20-minute classic. Full on. I think it's going on. That's because it's a ladder match.
I think Mox and Hangman's going to be the main event.
I think
that's been built up more.
Not very well.
Not very well.
Calling me kid.
But yeah, let's just get it out of the way. The Elite are going to win the titles, and I'm hoping House of Black come out. But apparently, House of Black's feuding with Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. I had no idea. I don't watch Rampage, so I didn't know.
I didn't know Eddie Kingston and Ortiz were back.
Oh, and also apparently, Gillette. But they did sneakers, didn't they, for the Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers? Like they made their own shoes or whatever. They're coming out with Santana and Ortiz ones, so I mean that might be a little hint that they,
they're still together.
Yeah,
it might be one of those situations because even Dax Howard talked about on his podcast about sort of while him and Dax were sort of like burnt out at certain points, weren't they? AEW, so it might just be that with Ortiz.
True, yeah, but Santana. What was it? Because Santana got injured, didn't he? And then who was it? Who was saying it now? Someone was saying like
contracts
out,
yeah. So I think one of them is just what I need a break from this. Like I want to see family. I want to rest. I want to get better.
Yeah, I mean I hope to see him again because even with Eddie Kingston as well, they were a good trio.
Yeah, I gotta say like if that's the case, then that's the best thing that AEW does as a company in that business is they give their guys the time to take the mental break.
Oh yeah, true.
I wish shit wouldn't get leaked about it.
I know.
That clearly doesn't help.
It's getting leaks. Like what the hell?
I mean, but what can we do? Fire the Young Bucks, then
But Dylan, they're named after a company.
No, it's not like
the Elite. It's all Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, and it could be all shit wrestling if they call themselves the Shitbirds. It still doesn't make it their fucking company. God, those glue eaters.
Yeah.
Go to rehab.
The Elite or Death Triangle?
I'm hoping Death Triangle, but I know it's going to be the Elite.
Yeah, it is. Because then I got the excuse, oh, well, we put them over 3 times, they beat us and then we beat them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but they did that. What? No, it's not how it works. Just because you put them over and then you take it, like, you put them over in a consecutive row to then take the title. It's like you've had, like, a run at it multiple times over the course of, like, 2 years. And it's just finally the one you're going to win. No, you're doing all that in one go. It's fucking boring.
It's overbooked as shit. And it's like, if they beat you 3 times in a row, shouldn't that be it? Like, why do you need a best of 7? They've won 3 times in a row. But,
I don't know. It's just had that 3-on-3 match. Like, because it's the trios belt, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so stupid. I hate these belts. I don't like this fucking trios thing. It's shit.
I just don't understand, like, what's Tony booking? Because everyone says, oh, once Tony explains it's not for no reason, it makes sense. Like, is it that it makes is the reason it makes sense is him going, well, I cut the check, so this is how it's going to be. Well, that's a good reason, isn't it? That's
a good reason, Tony.
Good reason, Tony. You're right there. You do cut those checks. Now, can you cut my final one so I can fuck off out of here?
Next match, we got Bryan Danielson versus Konosuke. I gotta be careful saying his name. Takeshita.
Like a shit. No, is that it?
Why? Why does it look like he's yawning on this photo? Like, what the fuck?
Brian is like, why? Why am I doing it with this? Why?
I know all the Glueators are loving it, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy. I'm sure he's a great wrestler, right? But he never
we've
wins.
seen him all the time, Steven. He's all right. He's
all right, yeah, but he never wins. But he always has these matches, and people are like, oh, it's doing so good for him. It's like, how no? He never wins. He just has a match.
He's a jobber. He is
a jobber. People treat him like he's the next fucking world champion. I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, people treat him like he's the next Zack Ryder. Let's be honest.
Dylan, have you seen some of the Glueators online on Reddit and shit? What they say about this guy? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, he's better than Wheeler Yuta, I'll say that. He's better than Claudio, yeah. But, like, still, it's like, that don't mean much anyway.
Like being the most handsome person on the Burns unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bryan's definitely winning this, because we all know what, like MJF said last week, you got to win every week and become #1 contender.
Until what? February the 5th, was it?
Yeah, or the 8th or something, I don't know. I've got it in the notes,
yeah,
we'll talk about it later.
It's the 8th, it's the 8th.
But yeah, we'll talk about that segment later, because, you know, it was a pretty decent segment. But Bryan's clearly winning this. It'll be a decent match, but there's nothing to it. It's just, there's
no build. Well, I guess that's the whole point. It's going to be cold matches for him, is it? Until...
Yeah, but it's another face. Like, I thought he'd be facing a heel or someone like a threat, you know what I mean? Like, how's this a threat for Bryan? Like, he's facing a guy. I don't know. You know.
But I think that's part of the mystery, because I'm assuming fucking the Firm are going to come out and attack him.
Yeah, I guess it's better than Bryan facing the Firm, I guess, because we don't want to see that.
No, we don't want to see that. We don't want it to be like MJF bookings matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we've been there, done that too many times.
Which I think I thought that's the way they were going to go. Like the way no, it's not going to do it. You got to do this, do that. Like you did that with Jericho. You did that with Punk.
Yeah, they alluded to it, didn't they, in that segment last week?
So I'm glad they sort of swerved that, because I know that first time with Jericho was Jericho's idea. Jericho thought, oh, I'll be do the labors of Jericho. And then like Toni liked it so much, he said, oh, you and CM Punk do that. That'd be cool.
Ridiculous. Speaking of Jericho, we're going to hear from the Appreciation Society. Oh my god, I can't wait. So good. Amazing TV right here.
Can't wait for him to fellatio himself on live TV.
Literally, last week, we'll talk about it in a bit, but the Jericho versus Starks match happened exactly what we said. Starks wins immediately, they come out and attack him. Action Andrade, whatever his name is, comes out, makes the save. And now the same thing's going to happen tonight, and they're going to set up a tag team match. It's the same shit.
They set that up last week, didn't they?
No, I don't think they did officially or whatever, but they're going to do the same thing tonight, aren't they? Where, you know... It's
just this idea of like...
How does this help anyone? I don't understand how it gets Ricky Starks over.
Doesn't it? It's Jericho trying to like prove a point. Like I'm putting everyone over. You know, I'm doing it for the boys. But you've got six, 7 decent, talented men back there, and then you suddenly see this guy on YouTube and go, oh, but no, you saw a guy who has a mediocre talent in the ring, and you're like, well, I can manipulate him to shit, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to work with someone like Ricky Starks. You can outclass you on the mic, outclass you in the ring, and probably outsell you on merch when it comes to it at the end of the day, when he gets the big pop.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, it's this I think people need to stop singing Judas.
They really do.
Like, I love the song. I really do. I think it's a great song. I do like Fuzzy. I love the fact that Chris Jericho can't sing for shit. Makes me feel a little better about my singing.
Yeah, and I don't buy that. What did Jericho say? Oh, it was Tony's idea not to change it when he went heel or whatever. It's like, bullshit. You wanted to keep Judas because it's your song. You never wanted to change it.
I wouldn't change it if I was him. Like, well, it's a great song.
But you tried saying it was Tony's idea. It's like, I don't think it's Tony's idea.
What would you change it to? To break the walls down?
He used Rob Zombie for a little bit, didn't he, from his Lionheart days? But even that, it's like, you know.
Yeah, but then what did he used Judas in New Japan when he was a heel.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's pointless. Like, I don't agree with this idea that because you turn heel, you need to change your song. Yeah, sure, the crowd sing it. But you go to any fucking concert, but people will sing anything when they got
Yeah, but it's the same with like the Young Bucks, isn't it? Like they're supposed to be faces, yet to come out with all these cronies and shit, and it's like it's mixed signals with Jericho as well, isn't it? Like you're supposed to be a heel, and yet as soon as you come out, like say you're a first time viewer, you wouldn't think Jericho was a heel when he came out. Everyone's singing his song, would you? You think
I don't know.
he's the
Everyone's
biggest,
cheering MJF when he comes out as well.
But yeah, true. I guess that's part of the audience of AEW, anyway.
I think the veil between kayfabe is gone for like the audience.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, it died a while ago. To be fair, once the internet pretty much killed it, didn't it? Like you can't really keep kayfabe alive.
I guess, yeah.
Everyone's
like,
got a smartphone as well, following everyone about, like
You know what I mean? Like you just got to remember that this is a televised soap opera.
Yeah, it really is. Yo, Austin, welcome to the stream. How's it going? But yeah, like we said, Ricky Stark's going to come out and interrupt him. They're going to set up a tag team match or some shit, whatever. Let's just move on. I'm sick of it.
I hate it. I don't know why we talk about it.
Speaking of something I'm not really a fan of, we got Jungle Hook Dylan, which is Jungle Boy and Hook against Big Bill and Lee Moriarty.
I said this, didn't I, last week? I said this 2 weeks ago when they started, didn't I?
Yeah.
What does this do for anyone? Honestly.
Just get some on TV, that's it.
No, like, Jungle Boy just finished a feud with his former tag team partner. What are you going to do with him?
One.
I'm deja fucking who is he fucking Scorpio Sky?
What was Hook's last storyline? Oh yeah, Danhausen tag team. Now he's in another tag team. It just reeks of we don't know what to do with these people, so let's just put them all together.
Like it reeks of early 90s Attitude Era bad booking because this happened a lot back then. This is why Toni does it, I guess.
Mm.
You remember, like a lot of times teams would just be thrown together, especially in the early 2000s. I think that's when it was prevalent.
It's just, I mean, I am actually a fan of Jungle Boy and Hook, but what the fuck does this do for either one of them? It does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan, I know, don't worry, I know.
I don't know. Acknowledge it. No. You fucking asshole.
I can tell. I see your face.
You read me like a fucking fuck. No. Yeah, no, it's bad booking. It's really bad. Easy booking and stuff.
And Morrissey wasn't getting over, so let's just change his name to Big Bill because that's gonna help, innit?
What was wrong with Morrissey? What was actually? And he wasn't getting over because he was fucking not there. He wasn't doing anything.
It did nothing with him. Brought him in at one time, and then that was it.
You put him in like a few times, and you're like, oh, well, it's not getting over. Let's change his name. But not change his gimmick. Not actually use him. Not do something. God, is he not friends with Big Cat? Is he not friends with Enzo? Can we not get Enzo? At least then we'd have a fucking.
Yeah, but a lot of wrestlers don't like Enzo. Apparently,
I know, but not all wrestlers like CM Punk. Apparently.
Yeah, but Punk draws than Enzo. Well, I mean, Enzo, who's alright.
Enzo we'll get Morrissey over.
True. Austin, you watching AEW tonight, mate? And then that leads us to... Oh, wait, no. I'll put these out in the wrong order. Hold up, right. Next match, we got the women's tag team match. Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker versus Saraya Page, and Toni Storm.
Right. Prediction, Sheeta's going to turn heel. If she doesn't, it's a fucking waste of an opportunity.
Yeah, true. And plus, they've been teasing Sasha Banks coming in and all that, so... The most obvious thing here is Sheeta attacks Toni Storm before the match, and Saraya doesn't have a partner, and Sasha Banks comes out. That's my prediction anyway. But...
Well, not Sasha Banks. It's
Mercedes money.
Mercedes money. So about money.
That song,
money.
I swear to God, if she comes out in that New Japan song, that irritated the fuck out of me.
It's
just
so
awesome. Money.
I think Tony Khan, what's that song that came out ages ago? I mean, back when I was in high school about money. Cash in my pocket, money in my wallet. But you remember?
I do. It rings a bell. Off how it goes.
Not that money one, because that was like too close to Vince McMahon.
No, yeah, that was the Money in the Bank theme. That wasn't it? That money.
Money. Oh, they could get that. But I think that's too close to fucking Vince's sort of theme. So
yeah, who's the guy? Is Mikey Ruckus or whatever? He makes the AEW themes. He's made quite a few good ones, so hopefully, But then again, I don't think Sasha's signing long term. She's not signing a long term contract. No way.
Well, what's she doing? Like she's got that.
She's got that Kairi
Got the,
Zane match coming up soon.
yeah, but like they're working with AEW, and it's like, oh, I think she's on a per match contract, isn't she? Like she has something. So she's not actually got a contract like, oh, you got a 6-month contract, you're working there for 6 months.
Nah. So
whereas at AEW,
she might even debut tonight. She might even show up at all. They might just stick to this match, which if they do, it don't make any sense why you've built this up as like, you know, some great surprise. It's just Toni Storm.
Another thing that I could think of, I don't know why they do it, is they probably turn Saraya heel against Shida, so that they've got something to do after this.
Maybe, but you know, I don't know if the fans would get behind Shida, though, would they? With Saraya. No, maybe if it's against Saraya, I mean, I don't think they would.
I don't know, like, everyone was online was like pissed off with the fact with the dirt that, you know, was thrown her way. When, like, well, why am I here? Like, you know, in that interview,
yeah,
why is she there?
We'll talk about that in a bit, but they could do a double turn technically, because I could see Hayter and Britt being cheered by the fans, really. You know, like Jamie Hayter already is, really.
Is it Jamie Hayter? Like, is it that they both already getting cheered by the fans? Because
they're getting cheered, but they're still acting heel, aren't they? I mean, like, you go all the way with it and turn them face. Maybe.
I don't know if Jamie Hayter could work as a face. I think
she could. It's Britt who couldn't work as a face, I think.
No, Britt works good as a face. She was a face for a while.
Yeah, but she wasn't really working, then she turned heel, didn't she? And then, you know, she's been heel ever since.
True. No, I was behind her when she was a face.
She was alright as a face, but she's much better as a heel.
Yeah, I guess she's allowed to be more, like, free. But to be fair, when she was being a face, who was she going against? That
no, that was the start of AEW, yeah, that was like Big Swole.
So, like, she didn't really have much to work with. Like, she seemed to be dealing with all the jobbers, and she was kind of like their homegrown big tout, wasn't it? Really, at this time.
Yeah, true.
So I think she's got more in the tout for being a. I think she's got just enough. I think she's got as much as heel as she has face talent. You know what I mean? So I think we have to wait and see what she does. But I am more interested to see what how Shida can do as a heel more than anything.
Yeah, because she wanted a heel, but she was using like the kendo stick for a bit, wasn't she? She had like more of an aggressive style.
Yeah, well, I think that was more like just being Japanese, I guess.
Was that when she was champion against like Nyla Rose, I think, or something? Yeah.
Yeah, that was she's doing that. She had it for Nyla Rose and Abaddon. So she started using that because Abaddon was like beating her up.
Abaddon is.
If you haven't seen her on Twitter, she looks absolutely monstrous. Get her in that ring, she looks sick.
But yeah, you think it's gonna win the match? Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, I'm going with.
Yeah, like I just like I don't know why they wouldn't turn Shida heel at this moment. They've set it up.
Yeah, they have to. It's obvious, isn't it? She's gonna have to.
I'd do it. I'd have her come out and hit her and be like, she was talking before about, you know, she has like she's strongest. Well, she's saying she has strongest heart, but you know, I think because I think she's too much doing, you know, new Japanese promo styles. It doesn't translate well to English. So I think she's sort of meant to be saying like, I'm the strongest woman in this division, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because you kind of have to like translate what they're saying, even though they're saying it in English, because they're doing it like in a Japanese style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and plus if
like
she's
company writing
slang
in a sense. You know what I mean? Like Americans don't.
She should be like the silent badass. I thought she could be a manager if she's heel. You know, she don't really have to cut promos, does she?
Who would you give her as a manager?
Fuck knows. I don't know.
Like who's available? Who's free out there at the moment? I'm trying to think. Like, there's no one really.
No one's free, really, but you could always make use of your talent.
I don't know. Could Jim Cornette work with her?
No. And you won't bring Jim Cornette in because you know it's going to upset the Young Bucks and Jericho and all.
I don't know. Like, his favorite wrestler is wrestling there.
We'll talk about Jim Cornette later. We got the main event: John Moxley versus Hangman Page. The second match they've ever had. The first one ended.
Don't call me a kid.
Hangman selling a clothesline, knocked himself out, so the last match had to end, and now we got the rematch.
God. I've never known anyone in the history in my life of watching wrestling to sell so hard they knocked themselves out. You've known the wrestling I've watched over these years.
No, there's never been instances where you've watched where it's not been this dramatic. It's been like, you know, they hit the head when they bumped or something, not like did a flip and landed on the net.
Because I swear to God, it's you can't write it. I would never have wrote this in my wildest dreams. Like, oh, you sell it so hard, you actually become injured.
It was so
Like-
unnecessary though. It was just he did a fucking backflip off a clothesline. It's like I don't get why people do that sell anyway. It's like, you know, it's just stupid.
Well, I think that sell only works when it's a big muscly guy, like someone like Braun Strowman or Big Show, Mark Henry.
Yeah, it's like Ricochet or something.
Yeah, but if like Ricochet did it or fucking Yuta did it, you know, it'd be like, why the fuck are you doing that? Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, true.
I mean, and I'd put Moxley in that list of like who the Celtics, but it had to be from the ropes. You know what I mean? If he's doing a clothesline from the ropes, he's just doing it randomly. Like it doesn't work.
No,
Again, like I can't even like from I watched the one New Japan pay-per-view I watched of Wrestle Kingdom. I don't see. I think my excuse of blaming New Japan for all of the stuff that wrestling style is happening isn't applied anymore because they weren't really doing that in New Japan, were they?
It's just the indie mindset in it, I guess. Really,
I guess, yeah. Like I don't mind fucking barbed wire death matches. You know what I mean? Blood,
occasion. You can't have them every
week.
week.
I don't mind it when it's presented to me in a fashion that makes sense. You know what I mean? On occasion.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Moxley blading every 5 minutes because he's in the ring. Like, and what's worse is like, he's the kind of guy who knows not to do that.
It's just his worst instincts, isn't it? He's just letting him do whatever he wants.
I'm not angry, Moxley. Disappointed in you.
Just give the guy a break after tonight. Let this be it. I'm guessing he's gonna lose tonight, and he goes away for a bit. Comes back as a heel. That's what I would do anyway.
Yeah, because I don't think to be honest, I think someone backstage fucking with the mics has been trying to get him off stage for a while.
Oh yeah, I've got to talk about that.
Either that or Jim Cornette's paying someone.
Now that I'm thinking about it, this might just be because I've kind of cooled off on Hangman anyway. But if Hangman wins this, like, what do you do with Hangman next anyway? Like, where does he go from here?
TNT title, I guess. All Atlantic.
There.
Yeah.
All
Atlantic, maybe.
The fucking Orange Cassidy belt.
Well, someone can make it. Someone has to make it legit.
Yeah, true. Someone does.
Yeah, it'd be a nice way to rehabilitate Hangman, wouldn't it? Really, giving him the All Atlantic title.
True.
You know what I mean? And then you could probably eventually do the match where he has to fight the Young Bucks for the Wheels belt with Silver and Alex.
I think they've gave up on the Dark Order with Hangman. It seems like they have anyway.
I don't know. They've been in the backstage like last week. Like Silver was saving that segment, and then what was it? A week before?
Oh yeah.
Uno, you had a week before you had fucking Evil Uno in the back there going, oh. I'm like, Uno, like just I love you, dude, but why? Like you need to get Stu back and like become an actual like heel team, like spooky shit. You know what I mean?
But I think you are funny. Take off. What if Moxley just stays and he just wins tonight and just carries on wrestling? You don't even have a break.
Then what do you do with Moxley after this as well?
You have to turn him heel. I think it's time you turn him heel. And he's been teasing it a little bit.
And then what are you gonna do? Like you have to do something with him. Are you gonna give him a belt? Are you gonna have him go after the TNT title?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, because like I think there's too much of a story there between Wardlow, Joe, and now Darby. I think there's a triangle of matches there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we'll talk about that in a bit, but I feel like Samoa Joe's going to ROH now. You know what I mean? I feel like we're not going to see
the
that
TV
much
champion, and they don't even have a TV spot. And streaming doesn't count, not TV.
Unless they change the title to the streaming championship or something.
And what has he been calling himself? The King of TV.
Yeah.
Right. And what was the TNT title like? It was the TNT title because it was on TNT, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's like, never mind, Joe. Just, hopefully, maybe he does a few with MJF and goes for the world title because that'd be nice.
Who, Samoa Joe? Yeah,
Samoa Joe.
They need to do that feud. They really do. MJF and Samoa Joe.
I'm just thinking, would it be Joe going after him, or would it be like, would Joe do something to upstage?
You'd have to turn Joe face, though, wouldn't you? Because you can't have heel Joe going after heel MJF.
Yeah, but the way I would do it is I would let me follow a fantasy booking scenario.
All right.
So I'd do it. Like back in the day, you'd have like a whole thing where a whole group of wrestlers were in the ring doing something, have Samoa Joe there with MJF doing something, and then you'd have Samoa Joe obviously outshining MJF. So then the next week, MJF will attack him for this is doing that whole this is my time. I'm not being outshined anywhere.
Yeah.
And then that's how it builds. You know what I mean? Because then you bring up this past. You can have Samoa Joe people keep sending me these images of you in the hallway with me, and I'll be honest, MJF, don't remember who you are. You know what I mean? You have a story there. Joe's so articulate, so creative. He's got he's such a creative mind. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, he is 100%.
I don't mean just in what he says verbally or clearly in the stories that he's telling, because he's creating these personas and these matches and telling these stories for his promos, but also just in the ring with his wrestling. He tells a story. He's very good.
Sure.
He's honestly Mount Rushmore wrestlers. I might put him on there.
Yeah, he's got everything for him, especially for his size as well, man. There's only one Samoa Joe.
True. There is one king of TV. It's Samoa Joe.
But let's talk about last week's show. It started with Ricky Starks beating Jericho. The crowd was hot for Ricky. I mean, I will say this: last week's crowd was really alive, man. They made the show better. 100%.
Well, was it really alive, or was it because we watched New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 17, and we kind of know what a dead crowd looks like and what a live crowd looks like?
Yeah, but I think because wasn't it 4 different people from where they were? Because Ricky Starks was there, Audrey was as well. There was even chanting for Audrey Edwards, the fucking referee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
It was in his own town as well. Yeah.
I think Darby was from there as well. That's why you got a big reaction.
Yeah. I don't know why they were chanting for Audrey. That was so stupid.
Yeah, it was stupid.
I know I said at the time oh, I get it. It's because it's her own town. I still do kind of get it. But I also think
it takes away from the match. It's you got Jericho and Ricky Starks in there, and it's you're chanting for the referee.
I get it. It's such an insult to Ricky Starks because he's a fucking talent.
Yeah, because that's what I'm used to it being back in WWE, the night after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
When the crowd will get bored with a match, you'll just chant random shit for the referee or something like that. So for me, when you're chanting for the ref, it means you're bored at a match and you're just chanting for anything you want. You know what I mean?
Mate, that's still true to this day. I don't know if they were bored and just doing it because, to be honest, it wasn't that great a match. It wasn't Stark's fault. Jericho is starting to wane wrestling. I know people say, well, Sting still wrestles. No, Sting doesn't wrestle like fucking Jericho tries to.
No, and he's always in protected spots. He's not on there every week doing fucking,
It's the same thing I have arguments about when it comes to wrestlers. Jake Paul should stick to, Logan Paul should stick to being wrestling. He's not a good wrestler, but he's so good in the ring. Do you see that match? Yeah, I saw the match. But did you know that match was scripted to fuck?
Yeah, every single spot was.
Every single foot was down to the T. I'm betting you, right? Real wrestling, the spots are called in the ring. Everything you see is them go, all right, clothesline me. I'm gonna get you in the GTS, or I'm gonna.
Yeah, because what happens when it goes wrong? All this shit you planned, and something goes wrong.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And that's a major part is being able to think of your feet. Not many people have it. You know what I mean? Those who do, even they are not great at it. So only a few are great. You know what I mean? Like Mox, CM Punk. You know what I mean? Few give such matches, and I will always say this: it always comes down to who you paired with. Because you got one shit guy, one good guy, you're not necessarily going to get a good match.
No, because then the good guy has to carry the bad guy. And,
Yeah. Sometimes you can get someone who could drag a match for someone. You know what I mean?
But even then, you know what you're expecting. This guy's going to be carrying all the match, and he's going to be doing,
I mean,
but Ricky won this match, and not 30 seconds later, the Jericho Appreciation Society came out, started attacking him, like we said before. Action Andretti comes out, makes the save.
Call it. Read it like a fucking ball.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. This does nothing for no one, like we said before. It
feeds Jericho's ego because it needs.
The only thing that's happened, it's just feeding his ego. That's it.
I mean, it's
He's ruining his legacy, man. I said it before, I'll say it again. I used to be a massive Jericho fan, but even the first year of AEW was alright, but every single feud now, it's the same shit.
The first year of AEW was really good because it was setting up. He was the first champ. He was doing El Champion. He was being his heel. He was engaging with the crowd. He was getting everything. But then he just suddenly starts going. It's like, I'm doing this gimmick and that gimmick and this gimmick and that gimmick, because like something happens, something gets over. I mean, like the sex, like when him and Sammy were together, and they were like the sex gods.
Yeah.
Like that was there for a hot minute. That was a gimmick, and then that died because Jericho was like, "Oh, I've got a new gimmick. I'm gonna, bone marrow right out of that. That'll keep me going." It's like Galactus from fucking Silver Surfer. He needs to feed on something every 5 fucking minutes to stay alive. Like, calm down, Jericho.
Yeah, calm down.
Nearly
man.
60, and you're not that good. And
It's
your
gone to
wife
his
was
head
at
'cause
January
over his-
6th.
Yeah, his wife's that January 6th. It's gone to his head because years for years, people are like, oh, Jericho's the master of reinventing himself. And he's heard that all this time, and now he's just every week, every 2 weeks, copyright a new thing, jump onto a new thing. It's like, no.
That wasn't what people meant. It meant when you did come back, because you were a thing for a while. You know what I mean? You were Y2J for a while. You were Lionheart. You were these things for a very long time. Then you went away for a good amount of time, and then you came back and reinvented yourself.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
wasn't
I
a
mean.
week.
You gave us the opportunity to miss you.
Yep.
And I don't see why you feel now that every 5 minutes, like, I missed La Champion. Now we get that back.
Yeah.
Maybe
true.
we will with the whole Vince stuff. Maybe by comparison, I'll start loving AEW again.
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about now. Let's get through this thing first. We had the Hangman Moxley segment like we talked about before. Moxley had the issues with the microphone. He's dropped 2 F-bombs live on TV.
I don't blame him, because someone's backstage actually.
Yeah, because this isn't the first time, is it? It's been a few times now.
Been a few times, and it's like, why is this happening to him? Like, is this a storyline they're going to build up to eventually? Is this the actor coming back? Is that?
Oh my god, no.
You know what I mean? Like, that would be absolutely fucking gross. Like, then Moxley's just having a shit run of it lately, isn't there?
Yeah, you can tell he's like, oh, this is so unprofessional. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like,
you know what I mean? Like, he's come out John Britt with his theme. What was it, 2 weeks ago with Casserole, Noli, whatever. I'm not gonna get. I refuse to learn their names properly. I'm blanking them out.
I don't blame you. Yeah, shit.
So like, he's had to like walk around with fucking Castanoli, fucking with him. I like a fucking bad smell just walking around. Going, yeah. Like, oh, people are cheering for me. No, they're cheering for Mox. Like, you're just there.
You're just there.
It's not like when fucking Regal came out. People were like, fucking Moxley and Regal, fucking go! People just shouting, fucking Moxley. Yeah, no, it's. I don't know. Maybe he's not burnt out. Maybe we're seeing something that's not there. Because why wouldn't he just say no? Why wouldn't he just say no? Like, this was the whole issue he had with Vince back in the day. You know what I mean? You've heard it on the podcast. You've not read his book. You read the book. Like, he says it's like Vince was just, on Monster. He just wouldn't let you rest. He wouldn't let you do anything. He was always.
Yeah, but he prides himself on being that workhorse as well, doesn't he? Like, even in WWE, he had like the most matches per year and everything like that. You know what I mean?
I know, but like, you're also a parent. I'd like to see you live past 60. I'd like you not to turn to Jericho.
Yo, Default, welcome to the stream. Who do you think will win, Mox or Page? It all depends if Moxley's taking a vacation. If he's not, I'm going to go with Moxley. But if he's going away, then,
If going away, maybe Page. If he's staying, Mox. But I could also see Mox winning, but it being at a cost.
Yeah, maybe he wins, but he turns heel. And then they set up another match between them. I could see him doing that as well.
Yeah, but he just needs a break, so...
Yeah, but like you said, though, we think he needs a break, but maybe he's not going to take the break. Maybe he's just,
Yeah, but why... Well, yeah, like you said, he prides himself on being the workhorse, doesn't he?
Yeah. And we always forget, even I do, I always think it's like WWE, where it's like 3 nights a week, but it's not, it's just Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah. So, he might not be burnt out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he might not be.
But then he's doing other shows, like, on the side as well.
I don't know if he's done anything in a while, but he did used it. Mox doesn't want a break, he loves wrestling. Yeah, 100% he loves wrestling, but he was supposed to take a break. What was it, 2 months ago fishing. Now? Yeah.
Like, I think more than a month ago, yeah.
It was the all
before
out
Christmas.
Stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a few months now, it was before Christmas. you want to go fishing with his buddy. Like, why can't he go fishing with his buddy? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, he has like a big break in between, like, goes with AEW. But like, it's gotta be exhausting at this point because it's not like if you do 6 months, no, you do like 6 weeks in WWE, you're probably burnt out, aren't you? You do your house shows.
All the traveling and everything.
You know what I mean? So you're probably burnt out for 6 weeks. So you say like 6-7 months, he's probably starting to feel burnt out. Even though,
but also, I guess it helps that his wife's there as well, innit? So that probably helps him.
I guess, yeah. Well, how much trouble does she want to do if she's got a baby she'll fuck after?
True.
Like, I guess they bring the child with them, but like, how long can they keep doing that for?
Yeah, especially as the child gets older. Will you live stream reaction the match? No, I mean, we don't do live reactions, but we'll be discussing the show next week. We do our predictions every week.
Live in the UK.
The show's not until like 1 o'clock in the... Yeah, we're in the UK, so it's like, it's dead late for us.
And I've got work. I'm literally going to bed right after this.
Next match, we had the Acclaimed beating Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, but they did the thing where, Jeff Jarrett won, but the referee didn't see the foot on the rope until Audrey came in, and it just... This rule, it's like...
That's why he sent Audrey out. Oh, the crowd loves you. This will make sense. You're the big face of this fucking company in this goddamn town. It makes no sense, David. I'm telling you now.
No.
Like, how many times have we seen something shitty like that happen?
And no the referee's words final.
But no ref has come out and said, no, don't do that. Like, were the refs out before that, or did they come out because of that?
No, they were out there to kick out Satnam Singh, weren't they? And then he just stayed.
All right. Now that I'm remembering it. So she saw it, so she did it. Maybe because they were there, they were technically...
Yeah, but then they do a storyline a few months ago where it's like the referee's decision's final and you can't go back on it.
Oh yeah, and they were bringing Thingy in to clean up the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Did he send the refs out there to get him out? Because usually it's security that come out to get them out.
True, yeah.
It makes no sense. Tony's very, very consistent.
But I'll give him that. When I watched it the first time, I was like, for fuck's sake, they've actually put the titles on Jeff Jarrett in 2023.
Oh my god.
Jesus, thanks for subscribing. Fucking hell. I forget I have alerts, so that scared the fuck out of me.
I didn't get to hear it, but what was it?
It's just a Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing. It says who's there. No, it goes, who's there?
Who's there?
Thanks for subscribing, mate. I appreciate it. But yeah, I thought for a second, I was like, for fuck's sake, they put the titles on Jeff Jarrett. Are you serious?
I can't take Jeff Jarrett serious.
No, I mean, I do like him, but it's the fact it's 2023. You've got all this talent on the roster, and you're using
my world.
His theme is good. He has got a good theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, where do you Acclaim go from here? That's my question. Like, I still love him, but like,
I don't know. Like, and it's not their fault.
No, it's not. It's the booking. It's 100% the booking.
You know what I mean? I guess like it starts to become do they feud with the Ass Boys or FTR, like who because they can't drop the belts yet, but I don't want FTR feuding against the Gun Club without titles. I want titles on the line in some sense.
Yeah, but FTR have lost all the titles now, haven't they?
That's what I'm saying. So it becomes a matter of like what happens because that FTR have been sort of saying like, well, what we're gonna do? We're not happy yet. You know what I mean? We're not doing
it.
This.
And the contracts are coming up in 3 months, so.
And again, like that's what they do. The whole like put all the belts on them, and Tony's like, no, we're not doing that. I have a good reason, and he explained it, but we don't know this reason. Apparently, it's very good. I don't believe it to be very good.
No. And what is when do we see the reason? Is it the Acclaimed? Is that the reason why? Because that match should have happened 6 months ago, the Young Bucks versus FTR, and they never did it.
Yeah. You can't say, oh, we plan on. No, they claimed all this again over before All Out.
Yeah, before All Out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? With their match against the Gun Club, which you know what I mean was really the highlight of what brought them to the next stage. Was it? Well, actually, I'd say what really started popping them off was their Darby and Sting match.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, they were over with me and you from like day one.
True. We had a quick match. Bryan beat Toni Nese, whatever. And then afterwards, he called out MJF. And this is probably the best part of the show. It went a little bit long, but it was a good segment.
I don't think it went long. I think it went just right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, MJF came out, then he was calling him brain damaged Bryan. And then they started talking about goats and his mother sleeping with people and all.
You sleep with... When I heard that, I went, oh, MJF's gonna turn us around and go, I don't even like my mum. She's a right bitch. Because like in kayfabe, they don't like him as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they go to
Whenever
the
he's in
shows
town,
and
they
all
go to the
that.
show, say, "Oh, we hate our son Max or whatever," and then he tweets about it like ungrateful parents or whatever. So I'm like, oh, like, this is gonna be funny. This, and he goes, no, you can't say that. But what a fucking twist!
But he mentions what Eric Bischoff, Disco Inferno, and his number one fan, Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette. Oh, I haven't heard Jim Cornette pop off about that. But have you heard it?
Yeah, well, he didn't say much. He just enjoyed it, and
Oh, I thought he would have been shooting the guns like, let's go! Like, I buy tickets. I'm gonna go see it. Like, I want to see that meeting in the minds. Like, imagine if Jim Cornette bought tickets to the AEW show if they were in town. Like, I won't go see MJF. Like, he's not gonna be happy to see the whole match. He might just like wait for MJF and then show up. Whatever. But I'd love it from if Chris Jericho's there, he's gonna kick him out, isn't there?
Yeah, they lose the shit. They're like, get him off camera. Get him off the camera.
Yeah, but I think MJF would be like, no, I'm gonna go meet him. I'm gonna go to the crowd. I'm gonna get him in the ring. I'm gonna have him be my manager or something. I'm gonna have him like endorse me, basically on TV or something like that.
Well, Bryan called out the MJF typical thing. Then where he's like, "Oh, you want me to do all these matches and all that shit."
But he said,
MJF's like, "What is it? You got to win until February the 8th. Become the number one contender."
I thought Bryan said that Tony Khan said if I win all my matches up until the 8th of February, whatever, I then become number one.
Yeah, that was it.
Which then confirms to me that this whole ranking's a load of bullshit. Or did it reset this year?
It reset, but it's still a load of bullshit anyway.
Alright. Oh, if it reset, then I kind of understand. But then it becomes a matter of like, alright, so if it is wins and losses, then does it...
the quality? What happens to the quality of the match?
Again, yeah, because it's like, well then, how are some people like jobbers in a sense, in kayfabe mentality, meant to get enough wins if they can't get on TV enough, if they can't create quality matches? You know what I mean?
It's a lot. It's just
like could fucking Ricky Starks have one match and that suddenly be number one contender because that was a quality match? Like, I wouldn't be. I really wouldn't, because it makes sense.
Yeah. And he just beat Chris Jericho. Doesn't that mean something?
No, because Chris Jericho's a fucking dope game.
No, I don't use, but I mean, in terms of the AEW logic, Jericho's one of the big guys, isn't it? So if you beat him, shouldn't...
Is he?
We don't think he is, but in terms of the company, like, he's presented as one of the big guys.
I don't know, there's so much merch nowadays. Like,
everyone's got a t-shirt every week. I don't even know anymore. I remember when Punk put things up on his Instagram. That was good.
I don't think there is much of t-shirt companies that used to be. Well, they're probably coming out with that Jungle Hook t-shirt straight away.
Yeah, definitely.
That was in the back pocket straight in.
And they announced that it's going to be a 1 hour Iron Man match at Revolution.
Yeah.
So,
which the
review is going to be long.
When's that? February or March?
March, I think. Yeah. We ain't watching it live. Fuck that.
Was it on Saturday?
I think they moved it to Sunday. Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Well, I won't get home until 5. So
yeah, I was gonna say if Punk's not coming back by then, I don't really have much interest in the show. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll watch. I don't know if I'll watch it for. Like, I don't know. I think there's enough decent wrestlers there for me to.
There's enough decent wrestlers, but it's if they're going to be used, they're going to be.
It's your FTRs, it's your claims, it's your. Oh, I like Jungle Boy. You see your Jamie Hayter, your Moxley, MJF, kind of Daniel Bryan. There's enough there, but that stuff that we like isn't put in there enough to counteract the bullshit of the Young Bucks that I'm gonna have to deal with.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. Especially with them with the belts and oh my
god. We're gonna have to watch that match all the way through, Jimmy, to fully give it a good fucking absolute screw job.
Well, they got ladders, so someone's gonna do a flip off the ladder. I can't wait.
It's gonna be fucking multiple high kicks to the face. You know what I mean?
Ridiculous.
Do people the Young Bucks know why Shawn Michaels made that move so great? I know.
They just think it looks cool.
Right, he didn't make it great because it looked cool. He made it great because he went, "This is the spot to use this move, and this spot only. I will not use it again during this match until I see the right opportunity when the crowd are behind me when the energy's right."
But they just throw it around like it's
There you go.
fucking clothesline.
Oh, kick to face, very cool. Do it all time.
All the time.
Can't we just get the Iron Sheik in there to fucking talk to these boys? Break their backs, make them.
Let's quickly get through this because we've got to talk about the WWE thing, don't we? Swerve beat AR Fox, which is whatever.
No one cares. Move on. Because I saw on Twitter, someone on Twitter or Instagram put like a photo of them in like ROH or whatever company they were. Like
Lucha Underground, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Lucha Underground from like 2017 and one from that match, and they were like, these two never failed to deliver. I'm like, no, they failed to deliver quite a lot actually. They failed to launch.
Swerve. I do like Swerve, but this whole group he's got going now, like, what the fuck, man? What
Living legends. Making history.
Fine, but Rick Ross in there every week.
Making history.
You a big motherfucker.
What are they called? The moguls, something like that.
Model moguls or some shit.
What a model mogul rogul logo. Choo choo, motherfucker.
False accusations. He was so good, Rick Ross, man. He stole the show.
Oh my god, I think some of the best things from this company come from like the most bizarrest places in all of fucking history.
Yeah. Like, it's whenever they're not intending it for it to be a good promo, but it just turns into it because it's so bad it's good. Like, you don't
know me. You don't know me.
But yeah, we had that Saraya thing backstage, didn't we? They had Toni Storm and Sheeta both sat there. Right. And she's like, I'm going to choose Toni Storm. She just turns to Toni and just completely blanks off Sheeta. It's just like, I don't even know you're there anymore.
Yeah, but you can see Renee's kind of like, why the fuck am I here as well? Like, why look at each other.
Could you go backstage and say this? Like, what?
Yeah, couldn't this could have been a text.
Yeah.
Instead of making them both sit down. AEW, if you had my number, you could have texted me that this was happening. Because it would have saved me the fucking bollock of what.
But I think they could do the double turn, because that's a heel move what Saraya did, isn't it? Like, oh, you were both going to sit here so we can announce who's going to be my tag team partner and all this shit.
I really can't wait to see what Sheeta does.
Yeah, she's going to have to.
Because I am a Sheeta fan. I do like Sheeta. She's got
she is good. Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, when she's a very good women's champion during the pandemic, and I'll give it to her. Like, I'll give it to everyone. Like, yeah, it was a pandemic. We didn't have much going on. But like it could have been worse. You know what I mean? It could have been worse back then. So I think Sheeta was a very strong choice back then. I think her reshot for that title is coming up maybe springtime, I'd say.
They've got the fucking TBS. I wish they'd give someone else that instead of keeping it on Jade.
No, that TBS title is dead now. It's just a belt that it belongs to Jade. There is no.
It's just it's just whatever.
It's like the 24-hour belt. Like the next time someone wins it, they're just gonna throw it in.
We had the Gun Club funeral for FTR, which was you gotta love the Gun Club. Like they showed.
Oh, they got us. They fucking got us. So I'm like, oh yeah, no. I'm like, FTR, like the time difference and the time zone, it was early in the morning. It was like
you could have made it back. It would have been a tight schedule, but they could have made it back.
I think like with the jet lag and just having the match,
it wouldn't have been worth it, would it?
They just would have want to go home and see the kids, which is fair enough.
And plus, it gives more heat to them, doesn't it? Like pretending to bring them out and they're not actually there.
Yeah, but wow, that because I pop off then. I went, don't see it. Like I'm fucking doing it.
And in the main event, we had Darby Allin beating Samoa Joe for the TNT Championship, which these two always, curious dead boy. These two have a great matches, man. The chemistry between these two, it's so good.
Yeah, and I've said this before. I'm not always 100% behind Darby's gets beat up, gets back up kind of mentality. Yeah. When he's with someone like Joe, somebody sells Darby's attacks, sells Darby's comeback. Like Joe does. You just gotta give, because this was such a good match. Because Darby came in strong. I think it's unexpected. I think this is something that Joe must have really thought about it. Because I'm assuming Darby's probably much like, oh, let me come in. You beat me, and then let me build up. Samoa Joe. I'm assuming this is how it's gone. Samoa Joe's gone. No, you come in, beat me down. Let me give a big power comeback, and it's like everyone's like, oh well, then this is over. Like Darby's missed his shot. Then surprise, you've got another opportunity and we get even. You know what I mean? Which I think, again, I think this is Joe. This seems like something Joe, because I've seen Darby's matches enough to know that to know how his matches kind of go.
Yeah,
do you
Joe
think?
has the psychology down in wrestling, 100%. He really does. He knows like what his character should do and like how he should get beat and believable and all that.
Yeah, and his expressions throughout the entire show. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Like his facial expressions are very important because it sells everything. Like shock and
Sure.
losing. You know what I mean? Like especially when like didn't he like he had the belt? Didn't he? He had his Ring of Honor belt. He's like he was grasping for it. Like this is the last thing I've got. He's telling stories and you don't even fucking read them. It's amazing.
Sure. Oh yeah, another quick note before we talk about WWE. Tony said today that they are going to do house shows and the talent are up for it. So who knows, man?
What talent? The fucking the AEW dark matches. Okay, then. I'm not against it. Like, yeah, you can. I'm not against it. I think if you do it, you don't book it like fucking Vince does, where every main star has to be on there. Where it's like, I'll have on Tuesday. I'll have two big guys in there, and the jobbers or whatever. In the mid carders in there. So fans like, Orange Cassidy's gonna be there, or Samoa Joe, or whatever. You know what I mean? And every other house show is very different. You know what I mean? You've got a different big star gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's if I was running the company, that's how I would book. You know what I mean? The house shows. I'd be like, well, every house show is gonna not necessarily have the same matches. Because every house show, what the WWE does, it's all the same matches, isn't it? It's all
True. Yeah.
I mean, I do a different sort of take.
Yeah, I have like different tours, like different people and different tours and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
you know what I mean. Like Monday, you could have Darby Allin on there defending his title, against the local talent, or I've won a Jericho Goonies or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if the talent are up for it, and
True,
it's
if the
done
talent
well.
are up for it. The WWE news, we gotta get into it. A lot going on in WWE. And it started with Vince coming back, basically demanding his way back into the company. That was only January 6th or something like that.
From what I've heard, it's like he's had this power from the beginning.
Yeah, but he's just sat there, hasn't he? He's just not done it yet.
So I think he's like, well, I'm gonna wait for this to blow over, and then I'm gonna come straight back and then go, haha, I told you this would have blown over.
Yeah, definitely. And then fucking Stephanie leaves, doesn't she? And then last night we had all the dirt sheets saying it's been sold to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, there was like everyone's saying it's like HBO, Warner Brothers, Disney were thrown in there. I'm like, wow, like imagine Disney, like imagine being like a Disney theme park Florida.
Monday, yeah, like they have Undertaker and all that. The theme parks, people dressed up as him and all that shit.
You know what I mean? You have Stone Cold, you have someone just Stone Cold walking around going, who got a beer? Want a beer?
What?
Have a beer. What? What? Want a beer? What? Shout tequila. Like,
okay, now.
I guess you'd have him in the bar, wouldn't you? You'd have Stone Cold at the bar.
Yeah, true. But
what do you want? Bloody Mary?
WWE,
here's a beer.
That's the worst possible outcome, that, man. It really is. Even for the talent as well, like the female people there, like people who are gay, Sami Zayn, like, Muslims, everything like that. It's like,
yeah, but it becomes a matter of like they're not necessarily going to have to. Well, they would, I guess, if that's how the person took over. They'd be like, well, you got too much shows over here. You know what I mean? It's, like, depends on how much.
It won't be a weekly thing there, would it? But I guess like maybe if they were to buy it, what would it be like the pay-per-views? You think over there or something? It wouldn't be the weekly shows.
I'd say there's a few. Well, at least
they already do one a year already.
They do like a tour. You know how they do a European tour? They then eventually do a Saudi tour.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, and then it becomes about like, well, who's going to go there? Honestly,
half your roster's not going.
Most of the women aren't going to go there.
No,
like Charlotte Flair's not going to go there.
No,
Becky isn't going to go there. I seriously doubt Bayley will.
No,
you're not getting Ronda or Shayna Baszler. They're just not going to do it.
Well, actually, I think Ronda probably would because she's. From one
no,
I think some people.
No, because she'd have to be like all covered up and all that, wouldn't she?
Yeah, but who they had there before? They've had Natalia. Or... I'm trying to think. They've had like a few women matches, but not many. Have they? Rhea Ripley there as well. I think Rhea Ripley was.
I doubt you get Rhea Ripley back there.
Yeah, true.
No, you wouldn't have Damian Priest there.
And all these AEW glue like, oh, this is so good. AEW finally won. First of all, AEW didn't win. And second of all, exactly. But it's like, if this happens, this isn't good for the wrestling business. It's not good.
With what?
Just because they're still around or whatever. I don't fucking know.
With what? Like what? Like there's a load of other wrestling promotions. Sure, none of them have got like big major TV promotions that everyone can watch. But so like, over here we've got that Future Shock, aren't we? Like, I'd never go and see a match.
I don't understand. Like, sure, if you don't like WWE, that's fine. But why would you want them to go out of business? That's not good. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's one of the main reasons we were dead happy that AEW started. It's like, oh, competition, finally.
Yeah, competition, make them both
and,
good.
And it's took about 2-3 years for it to actually take AEW's ass in the gear. Well, mostly a scandal did that, but
yeah, the scandal did it, and Triple H has been running the ship. He's been doing good, and now all this shit happens, and it's like, well, like we were saying before off stream, what does Triple H do? Like, what can he even do at this point? Like, you know?
Yeah, and what's Stephanie think? Like, I'm assuming Stephanie's okay with him being there, but she's probably also not overly thrilled that her father is taking over. Like,
yeah, 100%. That's why she left. That's what. Yeah,
she
100%.
does actually. I don't think she wants to work with him. I don't think she's particularly, pleased with her father's actions. You know what I mean? So she's and again, like at least they're like their personal lives aren't fucking broadcast at the RAW.
True, and everything's not getting.
Because no one's fucking friends with Dave Meltzer over there, I'm guessing.
I know, and all these fucking even Dave Meltzer was saying it last night, like, oh, it's been sold, and now today it's like, no, it's not been sold. But I think they might be smoked to the fire. Yeah, exactly. Who's your source?
Well, no, I think the rumors are that it's there's rumors are that it might be sold. But I don't know if those rumors were started. Because I think
they definitely are trying to sell the company. They've confirmed that in a press release, but they've not said like who's buying it or anything like that.
Yeah, but like, it just becomes a matter of like who does Vince sell it to? Why does Vince sell it? It's his father's company. It's like we spoke, like Vince nearly bankrupted himself and the company betting on WrestleMania.
Maybe he's done with the wrestling business. Maybe he's just at that point in his life where he's like, I
what was the point you even come back when all you have to do is sit back and relax and start your NFL?
I know, true. It's going to be a weird week. I'm sure we're going to find out a lot more.
You know what I mean?
There's going to be more breaking.
Why not bring that stupid fucking baseball idea you had where they're all on steroids and super powerful? I'd love to see sports where guys were legally allowed to do, all those drugs and absolutely
that they have like Olympic steroids or something. Right? It's just like the most beefed up you can and just.
Why don't you join with Dana White and join that Power Slap League? That's meant to be airing after AEW, but it's been put on hold, and I cannot wait to see that.
Wait. That's an actual thing. I thought it was just a joke because he slapped his wife.
No, it's an actual thing.
Oh my god.
That's the whole reason it's in the news, is because all of a sudden, like, what is it? Like, is it ironically or just suspiciously or just funny how like he's starting this thing, and then like as it's about to start to come up, he's spotted not slapping his wife, but being slapped, and then slapping her back.
I thought it was just a joke people were making.
Which is the actual premise of the of the fucking league. It's like, oh, you gotta slap it to him. When they do strong style in Japan and all that. Like, oh my god.
Okay, now.
Like, and that's going to air after AEW. Let's start like either this week or last week. But like it's been pushed back because of that, and it might be even being cancelled. But I'm hoping that it actually goes through and lasts for a couple of weeks. Just so people know that the last hour is dipping because of the programming. Like, you're not getting that spike because there's going to be like a new show on. Because a lot of those spikes are due to like people recording, DVRing what's was on after Dynamite.
Yeah.
So like he records that 5 minutes of Dynamite to make sure. That's how those DVRs work. They start 5 minutes earlier and 5 minutes later, so they record the show. That's why a lot of those spikes suddenly like drop after 5 minutes.
But they're still teasing that thing with Saraya. Like, she got the tickets, didn't she, from Britt Baker? They're saying, she's put the tickets to good use tonight. So they're still teasing something's going down. Because why would Toni Storm need a ticket? She's a fucking wrestler. You know what I mean?
David, you've just come up with some tickets. What are you on about?
Remember a few weeks ago, Britt Baker gave Saraya 2 tickets, didn't she? That's where this whole tag team thing started, didn't it? Where it's like,
I do not remember that. Was I even watching?
Yeah, I think you were watching, but it was a few weeks ago.
I do not remember it. Like, just out of nowhere, went, here's 2 tickets, come to fucking Dynamite.
Yeah, here's 2 tickets for LA when we were in Dynamite or whatever, Dynamite in LA, and then, that's where it all started.
It's pretty retarded. She doesn't know they work there, right?
I think it was she's like, try and find a time. I don't remember what she said, but anyway, back to the WWE thing anyway.
No, let's fucking not skip that. That is retarded.
That's what she said.
It's not like, oh, they're not showing that, they've not got a match, and it's like, oh, here's 2 plane tickets, come to LA, come to the show. Oh, right, okay. What's next?
I mean, still got to talk about the Saudi thing, man. It's fucking crazy. Like,
I don't know. Like I that's my answer. I physically today was slightly ill. I was like, oh my god.
wasn't Comcast one of the companies who was supposedly like trying to buy it? I hope it's something like that, like a TV network where they just let Triple H still be in charge, but they just control the company.
Honestly, I'm sorry to say this, and I know it's bad because they basically got a monopoly, but why not Disney?
No, Disney. No.
Think about the cross banding. You know what I mean? You have to hear like there. No one out there is brave enough to go come and get me, and then music next play, and it's like, oh, it's me, Mickey Mouse. I'm coming to get you.
Fucking hell, no.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like you could have the cruise match between Mickey and Donald Duck at WrestleMania.
No. Because wouldn't Disney start censoring it as well? Like the old shit as well, like on the network and stuff. Wouldn't they go back and like remove stuff? Hadn't they already started doing that with other stuff?
No, because they've got a load of they've got My Name Is Earl. Like they've got a load of sitcoms, and like the most of Fox Media got like F-Files. They've got a lot of you forget Disney now.
It's Disney to buy it, man. No, I don't think that's a good idea.
I think Disney are now outgrowing their child friendly brands necessarily, but they're also expanding. Like maybe it's not on Disney Plus; it's just a Disney property owned by Disney. But it's not,
I get what you mean. Yeah,
because why wouldn't they? It's just imagine WrestleMania like a theme park. Like they'd have a whole fucking wrestling section. You know what I mean?
TV, man. A TV company has to buy it, I think, for the best possible.
Disney are fucking. But you can think about it.
I mean, people who are doing TV, TV.
Also, think about it, right? You'd most likely get more of The Rock, because it'd be
I want more of The Rock at this point, to be honest, man. I really don't.
Get the match at WrestleMania.
I want Stone Cold.
Yeah, just imagine Stone Cold. Just imagine Stone Cold. Mickey Mouse. Stone Cold, Daffy Duck.
Mickey Mouse involved in it. Fuck Mickey Mouse. Fuck Daffy Duck.
Don't forget to got Marvel as well. Imagine superheroes and that join up.
Oh my god, no. I don't need that shit in my wrestling. I don't. They have separate things. Like, I don't
and this is why you're not a Hurricane fan,
and they brought in fucking Halloween. I wouldn't want that either. I'm like, I don't want Michael Myers on fucking wrestling. Keep it away.
Well, you've got Loomis in wrestling already, so why not Michael Myers?
Dexter Loomis, but yeah. Welcome to the stream, Georgia. No, Disney hasn't bought WWE. We're just Dylan thinks they should. I don't think they should, though.
I don't know. I want to speak to Georgia, man. She
doesn't like
milk. Doesn't like
milk. I know. Yeah, I don't get how she don't like milk, man.
She eats it with a cereal.
Yeah.
Also, you're mine now, apparently.
Oh, am I yours now? Yeah.
Yeah, you not been following the Twitter threads.
No.
I was
Team Dylan. What do you mean, Team Dylan?
Thank you.
But yeah, back to the thing, like fucking Comcast or whatever I said, that someone feel like that should buy it. Not Disney, not the Saudis. No.
Like, I don't think anyone should buy it. I don't think Vince should sell it.
He wants to, though.
I don't
That's
think
why he came back, apparently.
I think it's a power play to ensure his victory.
Don't like milk, but can't be putting water on crunchy nuts. No, but I've got
I thought
cereal. You need milk with it.
I thought Jamie was your crunchy nuts.
I ain't no fucking crunchy. I might be a nut, but I'm not crunchy. Let's see if there's anything new breaking.
Nearly spat my water out.
But I hate these AEW glutators are like wishing like WWE goes out of business. It's like, no. Like, you don't like the thing, that's fair enough. But if it goes out of business, the fucking wrestling business in general, man, it ain't gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of the talent now,
announcer is left, apparently.
Oh yeah, it was NXT, though, wasn't it, or something like that.
Ah, no one cares.
But yeah, we haven't mentioned this. Like, what do you think Regal's thinking? Do you think Regal's phoning Tony back up? Like, Tony, I was just joking, mate. I was just joking.
He just wants to work with his son, so it's weird.
Yeah, he does, but it's crazy times. This man, it really is.
Next week, I think we for our segment we need to just have like all the funny things that come out, like all those funny clips that we've sent.
Oh yeah, all the memes and all that.
All those memes, because that Stephanie one really got me fucking laughing. Vince McMahon's about to sacrifice Stephanie. Oh my god. And like the there's like someone on Twitter called no context Flair, and they just been put like weird promos of Ric Flair, like captions like tweeting like Vince McMahon right now in the ballroom. I'm the man at the top of the hill, styling, profiling.
Yeah, Flair's been saying he's begging for another match. It's like, fucking
Oh,
hell, you want
God.
another one? Are you fucking... He wants to die inside the ring, he really does.
Well, Vince wants to die, as the chairman in Chad W. Flair wants to actually commit suicide in the ring.
But yeah, fucking hell, man. It's crazy time in the wrestling business.
We live in a weird timeline, Jim. I do.
Really do. Triple H didn't even get a full year, man. I feel sorry for him. I want to see his WrestleMania. I want to see his Royal Rumble. We still might, but who knows?
I hope we do. Because if anything, I think we're gonna get Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania.
Yeah, probably. But
now,
I have a feeling any week now Vince is going to be back in charge of creative. Either this Friday or Monday. I'm calling it. He's going to be back in control fully of like creative and everything.
No, he's not.
Triple H isn't out yet. Stephanie is. No, Stephanie left like today or yesterday. I forgot now.
It was yesterday. She was sent. She was put on the Triple H on the Undertaker cross and sent to the ring to be sacrificed. But I want to know, is we ever going to find it, like, I really wish when Vince left the first time, like, it was him getting in the car again. Like, they fully, like,
limo, yeah.
He gets in the limo, he explodes, it's like, he's gone for good. So that, in 6 months' time, when he's he's like, business as usual, people. What up, man? That's walking away.
No, Triple H took control in August, so he's not even had a full year yet. But it just depends who buys the company, like... If it's the Saudis, I don't think Triple H is still being, a part of it.
Well, it becomes like I said before, like when they buy the company, that if half the fucking staff leave, like it's not like staff that they can easily replace by looking on Indeed or fucking job search.
No.
Like, you've lost like wrestlers, you've lost like star power, you've lost.
Yeah, because I've seen people saying like, "Oh, they'll still have Roman and all this," and it's like, yeah, but if you've only got like 5 wrestlers, like, what are you gonna do
Would
with 5 wrestlers?
Would he still want to be there?
Exactly, people just assume he would be, but who knows?
I mean, like it's not like the Usos are gonna want to stay there. I don't think. You know what I mean? I'm not like.
It's crazy, man. It's going to be interesting.
Sammy's not going to stay there, and then I doubt Kevin Owens is going to stay there.
Yeah, and then that fucks up your whole plan with the bloodline, and then what the fuck are you going to do?
And then you've got, I'm going to say, if not all the female stuff.
Yeah.
Are not going to be there. So then you've lost the whole fucking division, which you've been slowly building up quite strongly.
True.
You've lost NXT because they're all Triple H's boys, so they're going to go. And anyone who's got any connections to Triple H, you definitely lose the Roman Reigns because I doubt Paul Heyman's going to want to do anything with the Saudis outside of doing those shows.
True.
You know what I mean? So it becomes a matter like, who do you get? You maybe got Austin Theory.
No, Undertaker.
You don't even have them.
But I mean, that's they we know they're all right with Saudi money, like,
Are they not like maybe Brock? But
I think Undertaker is as well, because he always came back for those Saudi shows as well. Did
he?
Which, to be fair, it is a big payday. I understand where the wrestlers are coming from, but at the same time,
I think a lot of people forget the power Vince has over these guys because he created them. If Vince called them,
they are loyal. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then yeah, but if Vince sells to Saudis, are they going to answer the Saudi call? Or is that why they're going to leave Vince in charge so that these guys do answer the call? So Vince not for the Saudi business.
Yeah, I think if the Saudis buy it, Vince is going to be in charge, isn't he? Vince is their guy in a way.
Is he going to want to be in charge in that way where he's got a boss to report to? Because then what happens when eventually something does happen again? Where, something, like before happened, where allegations are made, do the Saudis keep him? Because they've got to abide by the US laws and US stipulations if they're running a company in the US.
And there's already lawsuits apparently being filed against Vince already, so...
That's the thing, like, how can he... Like, did he join back to probably get them to pay for his lawyers during those lawsuits? Or is this personal?
Maybe, maybe he's doing this just to get enough money. I mean, he'll have plenty of money for the fucking lawsuits if he sells it. I think when it rumored $5 billion that they were going to buy it for or something like that. Yeah,
I was saying like 5. But again, this is what I'm saying. Like, no one... you don't buy something straight up when you've got all this money, because you don't want $5 billion just coming straight out of your account.
Why don't you talk about what we talked about before on stream? You said Tony can't buy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
his dad buy it.
Yeah, and then you can have Tony in charge of the baby show, and then his dad in charge of the big show.
That's not happening. There's no way that's happening.
Yeah, but
he can't afford it.
Yeah, you can. They've got the assets. They've got the assets. You know what I mean? Because you don't buy it outright. You don't suddenly have a whole bunch of money leave your account. You go to a bank, you get a loan, then you use that, and then you pay off that loan, because it doesn't make sense for you to suddenly be out of that money, because then you're literally out of that money. You know what I mean?
How much is his dad going to have to give up to be able to afford that?
I don't know. He'd need to put at least one bill up. You know what I mean?
And then Vince gets to choose the buyer as well, so I don't think Vince is going to.
Yeah, I think that's what it really comes down to. But you can't say that Tony Khan can't afford.
Well, he can't.
Tony's dad.
His dad made
his
it,
dad,
but
let's say the Khan family
can't
afford to buy, WWE, because I honestly think they've got the assets. I think.
I don't think they do.
You know what I mean? They've got what do they call it now? What I mean, with Fulham Football Club. It's not cheap to run a football club.
No, I know, yeah.
But they own that stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually own a stadium. Vince McMahon doesn't own a stadium, so coming about that's not cheap. That's got to be a quick bill there, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't see his dad selling everything off just to buy WWE.
No, you don't sell it off. You forget what it's called. You put those assets up as a default. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. He's gonna giving stuff up just to give his son a
No,
fucking
you're not giving it up.
Company.
You're putting it up, because the idea is like when you buy a company, you're going to make the money back and pay the loan off. You know what I mean? That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
No one just no business.
It's either going to be the Saudis or a TV company. There's no way
he's going to buy it. It's like with Elon Musk. Like, he did not actually put the money to buy Twitter. He got investors and other people to buy it for to buy it for him, basically.
Yeah, but
so that's
it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
And who says it has to be just one person buying it? Why not a group of rich people who don't like the Khans? I'm not saying Elon Musk don't like Elon Musk. Other people with money who could bring it together. You know what I mean? Like,
what about different people having different shares in the company? It all comes down to the main shareholder, doesn't it? And that's Vince. He owns the majority of it.
He owns 80%, isn't it?
Yeah, and then people have smaller amounts. Or
yeah, because Jim Cornette was really explaining this quite well, actually. I was like, Vince, there's two. When they took the company public, there were two types of shares. Like the Vince family.
Apparently they're going to make it private again, aren't they? The company. It's going to go private.
I think you can go from public to private. I think it's once you go public, you're public forever. I'm not sure. I've never heard anything go private again.
I thought part of the public thing was buying stocks and all, because the stocks went up in it with the news and all that shit.
Alright, I'll go. Right.
Quincy, you can't go out. It's raining, mate. Can't go out. What are you looking at? Up?
Yeah, if a public company can transfer to private ownership when a buyer acquires the majority of its shares. So yeah, so
they could do that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. No, they can't, because the one who owns the majority of the shares is Vince. The minute he transfers those shares to anyone else, they become their voting power becomes less. They default back to the original. So he has 80% of the voting power. If he was to sell them, they'd go back down to 40%, and everything else counterbalances it out. I think we don't
know much about business.
This is beyond. Apart from a few clips I catch on Instagram about marketing and stocks, and a few videos I see on, I am. This is not market advice. We are not.
Yeah, no, don't take advice. No.
We are not informing, or don't take anything. It's I am most likely China out my ass. I can confirm that I am China out my ass.
But it's the same to me as someone Vince is in need of money with him coming back so soon. Yeah, 100% he's doing this for them, 100%. He's probably been planning this out ever since he got, pushed out of the company.
you think they would have pushed him out in a way that made sure he stayed out?
Yeah, true.
No, you aim for the fucking head, Triple H. You know this.
But yeah, we'll start wrapping up because there's not much else to say right now until we find out more, really. But it's funny how all the dirt sheets last night, like, oh, it's been sold, that's it, it's over. 12 hours later, no, it's not been sold.
Oh, it's over.
You know.
AEW has won. Dead, buried. Triple H is gone. Long live Tony Khan and AEW. Oh, wait, no.
No, it's not over. Never mind.
No. Vince McMahon's still coming in going, woo, I'm styling, profiling. All about them Benjamins.
Yeah, he's definitely been planning this for like
more
6
money
months.
than Jimmy fucking Crockett. Let's be all right.
Yeah, anything else you want to talk about? Or should we end there?
No, I'm sick of everything now. The only reason I like wrestling is because I watch it with you. That's.
It does make it a lot better.
It makes the bitter pill a little sweeter.
Fuck Young Bucks. Yes, even George is catching on. Fuck the Young Bucks.
Fuck the
Kenny Omega and fuck Dave Meltzer. There we go. Thank you.
Did we even talk about that match at Wrestle Kingdom? Yeah, we talked about it last week. Didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about it last week. Yeah.
Alright, because I'm still shocked at that fucking match.
Yeah, people.
7.5 stars.
Greatest match of all time. Like what?
I was not watching that match. I clearly was not watching that match.
No, we must have watched a different match because
we were watching a different pay-per-view altogether, Jimmy. Say that.
Yeah. Well, I just know New Japan's not for me, man. That style, that atmosphere.
No.
You need crowds making noise, man. It's part of wrestling. It really is.
It really is, and I don't know what it is. It clearly is just some Japanese style, I guess.
But yeah, we'll end it there. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. Check out Dylan's social links down below. We'll be live again next week. Hopefully WWE doesn't get sold to the Saudis, but we're going to have to wait and see.
On this next time.
Hope you enjoy AEW. Until then, peace out.